Good morning again. I am here today to show you another one of my favorite ways to do a meal prep on a slow cooker meal, and that is stuffed peppers. And this peppers freeze wonderfully. The flavors and the aroma of the peppers and onions, garlic and red sauce. Just smelling this cook all day just warms your heart. Like I love those smells. I feel like I am just feeding my family delicious home cooked foods, and I honestly haven't had to kill myself in the kitchen all day to provide it. So win-win, right? So today is the stuffed bell peppers. This is a different type of slow cooker recipe because it does require some prep work. So be sure and get your peppers according to the recipe. And I've already had the ground beef mixture, ground turkey mixture. I promise it's ground turkey. Mixed up according to the package directions as well. You can substitute ground beef, but I couldn't tell you the last time I bought ground beef for my family. I have transitioned everything to turkey, and my kids I don't even think they notice. So let's get started. We have to stuff these peppers all the way, packed full with this meat mixture. Now, the recipe calls for 4 bell peppers. If your family needs more than that, just adjust accordingly. But I typically have a little bit of beef mixture. I keep saying beef. Meat mixture left over when I'm done stuffing. So just be sure that you're stuffing them and you are packing them. Like they are packed to the max. Like you could not get another tiny bit into these peppers because everything cooks down, and ain't nobody want a half full pepper at the end of the day. No ma'am, sister. I need it full for mama. So just pack it and stuff it. And yes, you are stuffing it raw. You're not going to be cooking it prior to, because I mean that's what works best. Okay, keep stuffing it. It's going to cook on slow all day in your slow cooker, and then that's where it will cook and absorb all the flavors and completely make your dogs go crazy if they're home while this is in the slow cooker, because this smells like heaven. Okay, told y'all I'd have some left over. So at this point, if I have any extra bell peppers, I'll go ahead and prep another bell pepper, but I won't take time in the video to do that. But you totally can. One of my kids loves these and another one doesn't. So 4 really does feed our family, but my husband works really hard and rarely leaves his desk. So I will always like to make sure he is properly fed the next day with leftovers. So what I will do off camera is prepare 2 more peppers and make sure that he has leftovers for work the day after I cook this meal. So you can see these puppies are packed. There's no way to get anything else in them, and we're ready to bag them up for storage. So, okay. So now this gets a little tricky. So I am going to put these in sideways, and you'll understand why. Yes, you are going to lose a little bit of the stuffing, but if you've overstuffed it the way that I have showed you, it's going to be okay. I lay them in sideways very carefully. And then the pasta sauce that I use, let me talk about that real quick. I have used the Trader Joe's marinara sauce forever, but let's keep it real. It ain't got no flavor. It was just like, really, Mom, what is this? Open a can of plain tomato sauce and give it to me, because that's what this tastes like. So I went on a hunt for a clean pasta sauce and discovered Dave's Gourmet. It's organic. It's full of flavor. It is roasted garlic and sweet basil. It's gluten-free, non-GMO pasta that smells, I wish you could smell that. Ooh, can you smell it? Can you smell it? Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, but the ingredients are organic tomatoes, organic onions, organic carrots, water, organic tomato paste, organic extra virgin olive oil, organic cane sugar, sea salt, organic roasted garlic, organic sweet basil, and organic spices. There's not a lot of sugar, so don't let the cane sugar bother you. The sugar cuts the acidity of tomatoes, so it's probably a teeny tiny amount. But anyways, this is the tomato sauce I use. So what you need to do next is get your sauce in a baggie. Not with the peppers, but in its own bag. I did not use my baggie holder, did I? But I lived, didn't I? So fill it up. This is a sandwich size bag. Just put it in here. If you make your own pasta sauce from scratch, that works as well for this recipe. Works for any recipe, obviously. I have made my own pasta sauce in the past and I love it. But when I'm meal prepping, I am trying to save time. So maybe on my next batch of freezer prepping, I'll make a big bulk of that and I'll use that versus buying it. So now I'm just getting the air out. It's hard with liquids. Just pack your patience, take your time. It's super hard with liquids. But it's really important too, guys. Just don't assume that air is your friend when it comes to this, because it ain't. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bag of pasta sauce and it's gonna go in here as well on the side of the big bag that does not have the peppers. And it's a really full bag, so just get it in there slowly. You don't want to tear your bag. Okay, and that's your meal right there. Bam, you done, girl. So we are going to get as much air out as we can. So fold that. You can tell I've made this before. The first time I made it, I was like, how in the world am I going to get all of this ready to go? Just do the best you can. Don't stress too much. Just make sure you get out as much air as you can. Okay, so this is it. It's in here. It's ready to go. Now, you're gonna freeze it. Freeze it sideways. Do not stick it like that. Keep it sideways in your freezer. And this is the first recipe, or this is the recipe I put on top, the last recipe that goes in, because I don't want anything on top of this, because this is gonna freeze and it's gonna stick to the top of that stuffing. And you're gonna lose a little bit of the top of the meat mixture, but like I said, it's gonna be okay. To cook this, you're going to pull this out of the freezer. You're going to thaw it overnight. And then you are going to place it in, I use slow cooker bags, but if you don't, then get some olive oil in the bottom of your slow cooker. Set the 4 peppers in the slow cooker. And then you are going to top with the sauce that you have bagged with it and cook it for 6 to 8 hours on low. Yes, I know you're asking, why do I have to freeze the sauce with it? Why? Because you don't have time to think about what you're dealing with for dinner, which is why you're doing this in the first place. So go ahead and bag it with it instead of assuming that you're going to remember that you need to have pasta sauce on the day you make your slow cookers. Peppers, because what if you end up making spaghetti one night, you use your sauce, you go to cook this and you don't have any? Well, you just defeated the entire purpose of prepping and planning for your meal. So freeze it alongside of it. That way it's together. Your whole meal is together. I always make a large garden salad with this recipe so that my kid that doesn't eat the bell peppers, I eat 1 pepper, my husband eats 2, my other daughter eats 1. I will make 2 more with the leftovers of this for my husband for his leftovers. I do have more pasta sauce, so I didn't use it all just now. And I will freeze all of it, right? But cook it all. But my kid that doesn't eat this, I tend to add some chicken, or I cook up some kind of a protein and throw it on top of a salad for her. So she's still eating healthy, she's just not eating this. So I always like to make sure what I am cooking and prepping will be eaten by my family. And if I know that one of my daughters is not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna make more than my family will eat. So just a little off left field there for a minute. But I hope you guys try this one. The smells are incredible, and I promise you, your husband, your mother-in-law, whoever you serve this to, will love you forever. Okay guys, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.